Presidential politics will be part of the Super Bowl this Sunday. The campaigns of Michael Bloomberg and Donald Trump have each purchased 60-second ad slots during Super Bowl 54 at a cost of $10 million apiece. According to USA Today, they might be the first dueling political ads to ever air during a national Super Bowl broadcast. Morning Joe has the exclusive first look at Bloomberg's Super Bowl spot.
George started playing football when he was 4 years old. He would wake up every Saturday ready for the game. That became our life. He had aspirations about going to the NFL. On a Friday morning, George was shot. George didn't survive. I just kept saying, you cannot tell me that the child that I gave birth to is no longer here. Lives are being lost every day. It is a national crisis. I heard Mike Bloomberg speak. He's been in this fight for so long. He heard mothers crying, so he started fighting. When I heard Mike Les stepping into the ring, I thought, now we have a dog in the fight. I know Mike is not afraid of the gun lobby. They're scared of him, and they should be. Mike's fighting for every child because you have a right to live. No one has a right to take your hopes and dreams.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
So, Adrian Elrod, I just want to say a few things, and then I'd love your reaction to the ad. First of all, this is Mike Bloomberg's one of his core issues, something he's been fighting for, gun control reform, all that for years. Even as mayor of New York City, he had a big plan to put money behind candidates across America who were on the right side of this situation. So I guess the question I have for you is, A, what do you think of the ad? But B, how does he show that his heart is in this? How does he show that record to people who just have no idea who he is?
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, this ad is so effective, Mika, because number one, it's not about Mike Bloomberg, right? It's about a mother who lost her son to gun violence. So number one, it's about that. Number two, to your point, Mika, he has put so much of his personal wealth into fighting for common sense gun legislation since he left the mayor's office. And of course, when he was mayor, too, he was working to pass common sense legislation. He's actually gone out there in America and fought against Democrats who are not on the right side of this issue. Right. So there's that. And then, of course, the added benefit here is that this is an issue that definitely drives those suburban swing voters, those mothers out there in America who are scared to death every day to send their kids to school because Washington and, frankly, a lot of states have not done anything on this issue. So if you are watching the Super Bowl and you're not always watching cable news every day, but you see this ad, I think it might be your first introduction to Mike Bloomberg and what his values are. It's very effective. And if you're going to spend $10 million on a Super Bowl ad and you're Mike Bloomberg giving your record on this issue, I think it's very tactically smart to do.
Mike, real quick.
The ad is fine, Mika. I have to tell you, the placement in the Super Bowl halftime strikes me as kind of odd, maybe off tone. I'm referring now to the kinds of ads that you see. Some of them are funny, but if it's a political or a semi-political or a commercial ad, I'm talking about the Clint Eastwood appearance maybe 8 years ago, which was more about the country and a patriotic theme. This ad is fine. It's factual. It gets the job done in terms of what Mike Bloomberg stands for. But the oddity of the placement strikes me a little.
Not sure about that because the audience that's watching, well, we'll see. We'll be able to gauge reaction for sure after. But as Adrian was saying, for a lot of people, this is their first introduction to Mike Bloomberg. I have another one. Alex, do we have the dog thing? Like, this is Mike Bloomberg. He's in Vermont, and he's meeting a dog. And, well, and some voters, too. But what's this? If this is your first, what's going on here? Can anyone explain? He just shook the dog's head. And this went crazy on Twitter, where everyone was calling it the snout shake. But I will say the campaign was really nimble. They're now tweeting dogs for Mike, and they're having fun with it. But I wonder, what's it going to take, Willie, for Mike Bloomberg to let people get to know him? Because he's obviously got a sense of humor, but they're not seeing him at all in this race.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to vote based on the dog shake. I think they'll recover from that one pretty quickly. But I was interested in watching that ad because the entire rationale for Mayor Bloomberg's campaign has been that he's sort of the anti-Trump, that he's the guy Trump pretends to be. He is a leader. He is effective. He is competent. He is a CEO. He is a billionaire, or at least a larger billionaire than President Trump is. So I thought he might contrast himself with President Trump. This is an issue ad. This is his introduction to a lot of people. And I think it is an effective ad on the question of gun safety. But I thought maybe he would draw a little bit of a distinction without attacking the president, because a lot of people watching the game like President Trump. I thought he might draw a little more of a contrast with the president.
Well, and that's the question. Who is he? And how does he pair up against Trump? We haven't seen that.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.